So when it comes to painting, there's a lot of debate on paint and PVC. People ask, why would you paint PVC? And I guess the number one reason is because you need a little color in your life. You want something other than white. We're very good at running white. But to paint PVC, it's super simple. We use a 100% acrylic latex. And obviously the quality of paint is going to have an influence on the end of the build, you know, what kind of finish you end up with. But I've got a little quick comparison here. We're going to paint a couple of pieces, just flat pieces, and then we're going to paint some that have a little bit of contour to them to show you the difference. And where I've had the most success is using foam rollers and then a synthetic bristle brush. We're going to compare this pine, which a lot of wood trims are made of pine. It's no primer, nothing of that nature. We're just going straight over the PVC, straight over the pine, and we'll see what kind of appearance we get out of that. Just a little tidbit on acrylic latex. It takes about 30 days for it to fully cure, meaning you'll still have a little bit of odor. It'll still feel tacky or sticky. And this is common on all wall paints, any kind of interior trim paint. It's just with the wood, because the wood does absorb moisture, it seemingly dries quicker. But we're gonna set these aside for just a few minutes. And typically, when I work with PVC, it requires 2 coats. But by the same token, so does the wood, and we'll illustrate that hopefully. So in situations where you have contours, like with this crown molding, obviously we can't get inside of those grooves with the roller. So when I have scenarios like that, just a soft synthetic bristle brush will allow me to lay down some paint inside those areas. And again, you're going to see some white shining through, and I'm not getting full coverage, but that's okay. Again, we're going to require 2 coats, unless you're painting white paint over the PVC, and you can probably get away with 1 coat. So we're going to let this set for about 15 minutes. We'll come back, pick up where we left off. We'll go ahead and coat the wood and the PVC another coat number 2. And a couple of things about color. You'll notice this appears to be a darker color, but we do have a little bit of guidance around choosing colors, and that's an LRV number, which stands for light reflectance, which basically is a numerical way of saying how light or dark the product is. And we recommend a LRV of 50 or greater if you're gonna paint PVC. Now in the interior, of course, you've got climate control, all that, but there are instances like on a window stool or window sill where you may get some direct sunlight and it can generate enough heat to cause the PVC to warp. So we'll let this dry for about another 30 minutes, come back to look at it, see where we are. So it's been about a half an hour, so we've got an hour total in the dry timer between coats. And as you can see, everything's dry enough to handle or to install. Wouldn't have any issues doing that. And then we can also see the inconsistencies in the wood around the knot area, and then the wood grain kind of telegraphing through. But the PVC is very consistent as far as the appearance. With pre-finishing this prior to putting it up, that gives us opportunity to now mount this to the wall either with nails, screws, whatever method we choose to use. And then we can come back after we fill the holes and paint over just this surface. It doesn't require any masking or any taping of the joint, anything of that nature.